Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back again to my channel. So in today's video I'll be showing you how to make this DIY off shoulder crop top. It is very easy to make and it is so gorgeous if you ask me. And I also made it with this matching skirts. I already have the video on how I made the skirt on my channel, so you can go check it out if you want to. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So the first thing you want to do is take the measurement from your upper bust to your under bust, or wherever, however long or however short you want it to be, and you mark that out. And that's what I am doing right now. After doing so, then you take the width measurement or the circumference of your bust area, and you could multiply that by 2, and that will give you the entire strip for both the front and the back. Okay, so you just take your own personal measurement that you could multiply that by 2, and you would have a very long strip, because this is going to be puffy, so you need to have enough fabric to work with. So what I'm doing right now is just creating the 2 fabrics for both the front and the back together, just to make things easier for me. Okay, so after doing that, I'm just going to cut them into half, or cut it into half, so that we could have both for the front and for the back. Then I'm going to fold it like so, because we'll need to cut out a section for the armhole. And what I'm doing is I'm just measuring from the shoulder to my underarm, and I'm marking that out, and I'm going to create a small curve there. And the curve isn't going to be so long, because this is obviously not from the shoulder to the underarm. So don't throw away that fabric you just cut, because you're going to use it in it's going to be a template or a guide for your sleeves. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking out the measurement I want my sleeves to be. So you could have it long or you could have it short, whatever measurement you want. And for the width or the circumference of the arm, I'm going to make it the measurements times 2, so that I have it bigger and puffier as well. Okay, so after having that down, I'm going to fold it like so, and I'm just going to place that fabric we cut from the top, and I'm just going to pin that onto this, so that I can have an exact measurement for this to match with the top, so that it's easier for me to pin them down, and rather than having it too big or too small. So as you can see, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pin the sleeves to the top, and I'm just going to sew it along the armhole area. Okay, so after sewing that down, what you're going to do is you're going to sew along the sides as well. So now I'm going to make a basting stitch, and it's just going to help in creating the gathers or the ruffles in front. And I'm only doing this to the front of my top. For the back, I'm going to be putting in an elastic band. So for the front, I am creating the ruffles and taking the measurement for the front. I'm taking the measurement for the front of my body, or you take your waist measurement or your bust measurement rather, and you divide that by 2. So whatever measurement you get is what you're going to have for the front. And for the back, I'm going to be inserting an elastic band so that the fabric is stretchy and it's easy for me to put on. And I'm just creating the casing for that. And after creating the casing for that, I'm just going to put in the elastic band and I'm going to sew it on both sides after inserting it through the casing. Okay, so now I'm going to use this belt. So the belt was about 50 inches long and 5 inches wide. So when folded into 2, it was going to give you 2.5 inches wide, and that is going to help in covering the ruffles you created in front. And I'm just putting it and just covering it and pinning it down because you're going to sew it together. And make sure you're only doing this to the front and you're not touching the back at all. Okay, so after doing that, the next thing is you want to create the casing for your elastic band at the bottom part of your sleeves. And once you're done creating the casing there, you pass in your elastic band, and that is basically it for the top. And this is what it looks like after you're done with your entire project. It's actually quite easy and hopefully straight to the point. I really love how it came out, and it goes so well with the matching skirt as well. So you can check out the video on how I made this skirt on my channel. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.